My name is Peerless Drew, and we're going to go over how to transform the Yamato YF-21 from a plane into a Battroid. I'm going to start by putting the wheels away. There we go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the plates on the belly free. First thing I'm going to do is get the tab there released. I found, and this could be hard to do if you had the fast packs on, but I found rotating the wrong way actually frees that notch easier. So now we have the plates open. We need to loosen the legs up, get a good grip on both legs simultaneously. Get your grip here. Pull. The legs are loose. Then we're gonna break the joint on the fuselage here. There we go. And now we can swing, it's hard to see now, we can swing the entire head and leg assembly. Fortunately the antenna's flexible. You can take it off if you find it's getting in the way. Another thing to watch out for is these wings, these tail fins. They like to pop right off, especially if they get flexed too far in this direction, so just keep an eye on them. If they do pop off, there's a tiny little plate in there that will disappear off the face of the earth very easily. So keep track of that plate. Okay. We're going to go back underneath. We got the legs effectively out of the way. Got to find a way to hold it here. Alright, so we're going to open up these pods, the hand covers. We got to jimmy the hand out of the socket there. We can release the peg there, release the catch, and bend the hand up. Just takes a little work here. There we go. Then what we're going to do is this gray bar comes loose, and at this point we can separate the entire backpack assembly. Kind of gets it out of the way. We're going to press in these cowls, and we're going to rotate the arms forward and maybe kind of start to position them properly. Get them out of the way of the camera at least. And what we're going to do is, this hip joint needs to be locked up, so we're just going to pinch it until it's locked. We're going to rotate the legs. Sorry if that was off camera for a second there. There's some flaps on the backs of these flaps here. We just sorry to take a detour. It's probably easier to get these lifted. You need to find right where the ball joint is. So you see that connection point there. We just want to make sure we lift not too far back, but right where that point is. And it'll be scary. It's really hard to do. There we go. So now it's separated. Now I've got a little more room for flipping this flap and tucking in the flap. I'm just going to do the other side real quick without much description. There we go. And go ahead and do the feet. Just going to straighten them out. Pull them out. all the way. I'd say the key to dealing with any of these things is to, if you're moving a part relative to another part, is to grip the two parts as close to their joint as possible. Lifting these little hooks up. This presumably stabilizes the leg. There's a little bit of a click. Now we have to condense the backpack. Find it a little easier to go ahead and fold the wings over at this point. I'm just going to get my hand under there. I'm just going to slide it together. Now, the thing to remember about this backpack, don't know if we can see this, there are two little nubs, one right there and one right there. Those actually are what catch when the backpack closes. That's what makes it so hard to separate the backpack later. We're going to lock it down. I find that I like to put the tips of the wings under these shoulder. Actually, it's probably going to be better like that. There we go. Okay. Just going to do the other side real quick here. Now, bring the camera up a little bit because the robot's getting tall on us here. We're going to separate this, like so. So we just do that. Taller and taller. Alright. Now what we need to do is we're going to get the cockpit to go. Just going to start to separate it. That levers it open. It starts that segment. I'm going to push it down. And you find that the head kind of, let's see here if I can show you, like that. So once you pop it open, it goes like that. Then we need to, this is a good enough time as any to pop open this clip. There we go. That's for in a moment. Now we need to, see if we can get in here. We need to, these are swing bars. So we're gonna push. So I'm gonna get a good grip under the air intakes. And I'm just gonna push this back. See? I wish the light was better. Basically we're pushing that back like that. The other thing to keep in mind, gotta make sure my clip stays down, is on top here, there we go, get a good angle here, this whole thing kind of tucks under there like that. So now it's kind of resting on those two pins. So then we take our hook and get it lined up with the socket in the back plate. We insert it. It's hard for us to see it at this point. Maybe there. The top of the back kind of clips together too. And then we can begin to work out his final positioning. Pose him up. And he's got weapons, but far be it for me to tell you how to put weapons in his hand. And there we have the completed YF-21 Battroid.